I'm Angelo Dijssels. I'm the co-writer of Girl, the film by Lucas Dont. I'm from Belgium. I'm an actor and apparently also a screenwriter. The story didn't really come into my mind. A mail by Lucas came into my inbox saying that he had been thinking about telling a story for a couple of years already. A story of a transgender ballerina, an actual transgender ballerina that he met because there was an article about her in the newspaper and he was totally fascinated about her story and about the courage that she showed to be who she is. And he wanted to tell that story, but he had the feeling he couldn't do it all by himself and he needed someone to help him, and so he emailed me. That's how the story came into my life. Well, first of all, it started with the actual story, Nora's story, and she was at the ballet school and she's a dancer now. So it would have been weird to throw that away. If we would have told a story about a transgender footballer, it would have been weird to use dance. But here it came almost as a gift because dance, especially classical dance, is very gendered. You dance as a girl or you dance as a boy. There's no way in between. Like most things still in our society, you go to the men's room or you go to the ladies. As soon as you're on a plane, you just go to the toilet. But if you're on the ground, you're forced to make that decision, and people expect you to make that decision. So for us, that metaphor of something that is really old. Obviously, I'm happy. I think you're, as a filmmaker, you should be happy with every single award you're nominated for. But if you're nominated for something that has human rights in it, you should be even more happy. Because first of all, I think a lot of people, like Lucas, like me, who live in other parts of the world, aren't as lucky or as privileged to be able to tell these stories. That's always a good reminder, even if you're complaining that you don't have enough funding or stuff like that. At least you have the liberty, the freedom to tell those stories. We have the liberty to talk about one single trans person. If you're a little bit aware of the world you live in, you immediately know that a lot of people are being prosecuted or even murdered, or all those kinds of terrible things that should not be happening. And of course, for us, through making this film, we can talk about that, we can address that. So that way, cinema is almost like it's a tool of empathy that you use to tell one single story. And like I said, to not focus on the bigots and the bad guys, but to focus on one single human being. I maybe naively believe that could be a way to talk to people who often see queer people as just random freaks or people who think weird things. So to be nominated for a film for an award, that enforces that idea that there are basic human rights that we should all count on and rely on is beautiful. Well, for those who haven't seen the film yet, you should definitely go and see the film. Just so you know, I just repeat the question. I'm not forcing anyone. It is your basic human rights to not watch the film. But if you do, I hope you'll share that moment of empathy with us, with the people who created the film, with Nora, whose story we're basically telling, and with a lot of people around the world who are watching the same story. That's the good thing with film. You can watch it everywhere and feel the same things.